The Hollywood Actor Podcast with Christina, Jacquelyn, Calph, Part 3.
But do you think maybe, because just to keep where I was going from, so I did the theater, blah, 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 hop from agent to agent. Now I finally got a good manager that's actually getting me some traction. Do you think that this town is a town where if you stick with it long enough, something will eventually pop for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think that's just me being hopeful or optimistic. I see it with people that just stick with it, that they just stick with it. And they're always trying to find a way through and trying to tweak certain things about their artistry and their interaction with the business. And that tweaking is the genius. It's all about the tweaking to me, but there's so much of a foundation that you got to start with and the original passion that pulls you through. But then on a daily basis, to me, when you're approaching the career in Hollywood, it's all about the tweaking.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you've been doing. You've been finding, like you were just saying, these different agencies, you know, this one doesn't work and this one doesn't work. And I don't know if they really believe in me because I haven't gotten out that much and I don't hear a lot from them. But now you're starting to be with this larger representative, and you've been able to work in the last year on some of these really exciting projects. There's this, the Second Age of Aquarius you've been working on, a feature film you're starring in, and then a Nickelodeon television show.
Yes. That Nickelodeon television show, that was the Second Age of Aquarius, that I got actually through a friend referral that they referred me to. That's an very, very low budget independent film. I'm not totally proud of my work in it. Thank you. I know I need to be, I guess I'm like hard on myself maybe, but I'm not too proud of my work in it. I mean, we'll see. I think I would recommend getting super high for that movie and then checking that movie out when you
That's
see
cool.
me.
We need those movies right now.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yes, that is definitely one of those movies. And that was fun. That was really fun to make. We had a blast. I mean, we shot that in 6 days. They had no budget, absolutely no budget. It was a nightmare not a nightmare because I really loved the crew. I loved Stacey Lane Wilson, the director, the writers. That was the first time in Los Angeles where I felt like I had a family, you know, like a group of people that were like so aligned with me that like, you know, we got along, we like to party together. Like that all is very important to me. You know, we're not all just drinking kale juice. We're having like a good time, you know? So you're
finding your sexy, funny girls.
Yes. But they were, you know, not all that. But anyways, so it was a lot of fun. And so, well, Stacey Lane Wilson is a sexy, funny girl. So, but yes, so that was fun. But Side Hustle Nickelodeon show. That's the first time I got a part on TV in like 8 years. Can you believe that, Jamie?
That's so exciting though. Congratulations.
8 years. But like, that's kind of like what we like the way the business is. It's so crazy how you think like, okay, the beginning you had to do the indie things to get to the big thing was like a bang out the gate. Then for the next several years, I did jack squat, but I was trying to do stuff. You know what I mean? Like I was doing independent, like tons of theater, little commercials here that I get myself, tons of self-submissions on Actors Access. I still self-submit on Actors Access. It's like tons of that. Finally a new rep, and then bam. And like, and after 87 because people are seeing more people because of COVID. I think that I'm getting a lot more self-tapes because I think they're just willing to see more people. So I've been getting a lot more opportunity, and then all of a sudden number 88, bam, got it. It's like, okay, that was easy. Now back to the drawing board. But yeah, that was a very good feeling. Nickelodeon, it was really interesting working during COVID. It's kind of isolating, sad a little bit because you can't be without a mask. We couldn't be without a mask. I was there for the whole week. And rehearsing and all that because it's multicam, and you can't be without a mask until you are ready for the shot. And when you do the shot, you do the scene, and then when that scene is over, immediately put your mask on. Then you're going to sit in your trailer by yourself until you are called to set. And there's not really any meandering or anything like that, which actually it made me feel kind of very safe, which was a nice feeling.
Yeah.
Because COVID's not something I want to get. So, but at the same time, kind of sad because it was my first time working in 8 years. So it's like, oh my God, I want to talk to the series regulars. I want to talk to the director. I want to talk to the executive producer. I want to try to get them to bring my character back,
Yeah. You just want to hug everybody, right? You're like, oh, I'm so glad. I feel like I'm home. And they're like, yeah, but can you be 6 feet over there? And yes, never take your mask off.
Yeah. But it was nice. I was very grateful and happy to be working. And then, the week ended and now it's back to the drawing board, back to the self tapes and, but yeah, from where I was from the beginning of the story that we talked about to now, it is a big difference. I'm still in classes. I'm Austin's Key. I studied with Mercedes Rule. That was kind of life changing a little bit. Always taking a class now. Focusing on making myself feel the best I can. I lost 21 pounds I gained 15 over COVID and just self-tape. As much, if someone wants to give me an opportunity, I'm going to be doing it. I understand how the business works now. It took me a while. It was hard. It was really hard at first doing that big job. Arthur and Tower Heist and having people like Brett Ratner say those things to me and then going back to handing flyers out on the street and applying for food stamps and going to UCB in LA and getting treated like a peant because I was what is it called? I did work study. So people did not know who I was and did not give a shit who I was and treated me as such. And it was very humbling to be like, okay, Christina. And I had to have this conversation with myself and even doing extra work. I mean, I did big parts in movies. Yeah, that's how we met. I mean, that was that was after Arthur and Tower Heist and the thing. I did central casting. I tried to get my health insurance, and didn't hit it. But, you have to, if you want to be in it, you have to make money. There's things that you just do. You just have to do to try to make money. And it's definitely, I had to stop, gotta be honest, doing the extra work because it made me feel too bad. I didn't like how sometimes you would get treated really well, but sometimes you get treated I don't like when I'm treated like I'm less than. I did, oh God, I'll be honest. I did an episode of a show, to be honest. I won't say the show to keep it positive. Yeah. But I did an episode of a show and, I was treated I was with the star of it. I was sitting next to the star of it in the show and I was treated so badly by the star, by the assistant director. I was not even a human being. I cried so hard, Jamie, on that drive back home because they wouldn't even offer me a ride because we were at some location and I needed a ride back and they were not willing to do that for me because I was an extra. Yeah, it was weird. It was very unprofessional. Wow. It was the beginning of the show. It was the first season of the show on Netflix. It was disgusting. It was a disgusting moment. The lead of the series is having the crew hold their light things, bouncer things so she could take selfies of herself with the ocean in the background. And meanwhile, I'm baking in the sun, you know what I mean? And they could give two shits about me. The AD screamed at me, and just treated me so badly. I never cried so hard. And so oh man. Yeah. Cause I guess I did something wrong or something. And she just got really in my face. And I defended myself. I said, you can, because I was a featured something, a featured extra. I was like, you can replace me by all means. Have someone else do it, because I knew the director had chosen me. And so for this whatever thing. But anyways, I don't like being treated like that. And I don't. Yeah. And the thing that I would like to work on is how can we make it so people don't treat people like that?
You wouldn't think that was too much to ask. And background can be, to say the least, background can be a mixed bag, especially if you're a more established actor like yourself. And you're now doing this for the money, for the credits, to be on a set again, to meet people, meet good people that you want to continue working with and build relationships. And then you're met with something like that.
Yes. I think, well, also, I mean, and I have to remember, like, I met you doing that. Like, there is a lot of positive to doing background work. There is some positive. One, the paycheck, and the craft services and the food can be great. And you do meet people in the trenches with you that go on. I mean, oh my gosh, there's been people that I've done it before with that were on Broadway. They're like, oh yeah, I'm not working today, so I do this and I'm going back to Broadway.
I met this guy. He was a recurring on Justified, and he was doing background on a I think it was a Burger King commercial, and I couldn't believe it, and it was partly for the healthcare, which you were talking about earlier. So that's definitely a word of advice to union actors that are out of work, but they still need that healthcare because maybe they even have a family they need to support.
Right? Isn't that crazy? It's so wild. It's just
a great way to pay into your healthcare. But yeah, it's definitely, like you're saying, a mixed bag even on these big union sets.
Oh yeah. After that happened to me, I was like, I can't do this. I'm too sensitive for this. I can't put myself through this anymore. So I just stopped doing it. And also COVID kind of helped that out because, my side job that I do occasionally, I bartend music festivals. That has allowed me to be on unemployment. So it's been wonderful.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
To collect unemployment while auditioning all the time. It's like, geez, this is the way life should be. Out of work actors work so hard. We work so hard trying to get parts. We pay so much money to like train and do stuff. Like we should get like, yes, we, check those boxes. Did you look for work? Yes, all the time. I eat, breathe, sleep this career. Like I deserve whatever $200, $300 a week. I deserve that. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I would love to work.
I know, because people outside the industry, they think we're only working when we're actually in a scene on the television.
Oh,
but
my
we're
God.
working all the time so that eventuality, that cherry on the top of that cake comes to fruition. Yes.
It's a fun game. I mean, now I basically, I think class is so important, but now, for at least 2 hours a day, I work my craft. Like I'm preparing. If I don't have an audition, then I will work on my voiceover stuff. Like 2 hours a day, I devote to my craft every day. I don't divert from that because I think it's important to work your muscle and improve and to keep training because, and that's what ends up setting you apart, a little bit. When I went on that Nickelodeon set, people were very impressed with me because I work my craft, like not just being cocky, but I do work my craft. And the series regulars, they're not to be, it's like, sometimes they don't have the struggles that I have. They're also a lot younger, so they don't know what it's like to work and then be treated like crap and then have to have a conversation with yourself and say, why am I doing this career? Am I doing this to be famous, to have money? Because that's not going to happen, Or are you doing this because you love this career? So if you love this career, then you need to work your craft and be the best damn actor you can be. And you may never make it. You may never make the money that you want to make or whatever, but you're going to be the best artist that you can be. And that's when I made that choice. So I think when you make that choice and you put your energy into it and you work your muscle every day for yourself, not to validate anybody else, but you get the hours in, then you start to shine when you get opportunities. So, I'm hoping they bring my character back.
Yeah. I love what you said there. For love of the craft, that's what carries us through, pulls us through.
Yes.
We don't want to be doing it. That's the mark of a professional. When I was at Stella Adler, that's what Ron Burris said. These are all the training is for when you don't know what to do and when you don't want to do it. Cause that's what being a professional means.
Yes, definitely.
And I love that idea that it's the love that pulls us through, but we're being a professional about our craft by keeping honed and keeping at it.
Well, yeah, I remember when I turned 31, I got this I went and auditioned. I had such a horrifying audition. I still remember it, where the guy was telling me that I was basically that I was just a bad actor. Jesus. in so many words, because like I'm very expressive with my eyes and my eyebrows and my, my face. So it was too expressive for the camera, basically. And that was another moment where it was like, okay, so I don't know. You have to say what I had to say to myself, Christina, yes, you've been doing this since 2006, for like whatever, how many years. But you know what? Stop it. This person saw that. Take the note. Like, yes, that's not the best, though he did not articulate it the best. He doesn't know how to give notes.
Right.
But there is some validity to what he's saying. And maybe it's nice that someone is being honest with this harsh critique. So yes, it hurt. I still remember it. It hurt so bad, the way he said that. And I'm like, just work on that. Like that, there's some truth to that. You're getting to hear that. I just got a bad note the other day about how I don't create characters. I just perform. That was another note I got the other day. And so I did not like that note. But you know what? There is some validity to it. Like maybe if I can improve on that, like maybe try to find a habitual thing that I can find in the sides, like some little tick that I repeat. Maybe that will form more of a character. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but at least I'm going to use this next self-tape to experiment with that, and maybe I won't get that note from that person again. Maybe sorry.
Yeah. No, but I think the important thing is that you're not merely dismissing it because of your ego.
Yes. And that's so hard.
Yeah. But through this interview, you've told us about how you've sucked it up and did what you had to do to move forward. And it's just another way of your artistry. You're putting the ego of the artistry aside and saying, well, I'm going to suck this up. That hurt. And it's not like it doesn't hurt. You're still acknowledging the hurt, but you're still moving forward with the project and trying to deliver what you need to deliver as a professional artist.
Yes. And I feel like it's such a balance, because you can get such destructive, things said to you in this business that is not what it's just not true, or it's not valid, or it's not helpful. And it's been very hard for me throughout the years as I get older. I think I'm getting better at it to navigate through that. Because sometimes someone will say, you're a bad actor. What are you doing with your face? And then all of a sudden, now what are you going to do? You're going to watch yourself the whole time that you do the next take. You're going to watch your face, your reactions, and you're not going to be in the moment, in the scene with the person. So it's hard. So I'm still trying to learn how to navigate through things where I can keep it real and also not affect me. But I think, keep working. If I keep doing the work and practicing and try different things and try to navigate through it without getting in my head too much. I don't know if this makes any sense, because it's such a tricky line.
No, that's great. And you have support as well, that you still keep in contact with Austin Pendleton, and you do those classes on a regular basis, but also the emotional aspect of that, and the health of you as a person. How do you maintain that? How do you stay grounded and healthy when you hear things like that? And frankly, with COVID-19 and 2020 and in your career, how do you maintain your own personal health?
Well, so there are these test groups that happen sometimes. So I gained 15 pounds. I'm not going to lie. When it first started, I was just having a grand old time eating whatever I wanted. Sure. But there was this ad, which happens occasionally, that I'll say the website so people could sign up. It's called getsuperpeople.com. And it's basically a site that offers free things. They'll send you a free pressure cooker, and you can, you just have to give them reviews of it, and they'll pay you and give you the product for free. So I signed up for that site. And they offered a test group for a new workout on the site. So I applied and I got in. And basically this program, I work out with them 6 days a week for a half an hour. And they send me all my meals and I do this workout and give reviews, take before and after pictures. And I've lost 21 pounds, but that kind of getting in that program kind of helped to train me how I should be treating my body. We're not allowed to drink on the program. I love drinking. Drinking is my favorite thing to do. So I kind of cut drinking for this time. Drinking a lot of water that I did not know that. I never drink water, but you take your body weight, you divide it by 2, and that's how many ounces you should be drinking. But then I would do that plus. I do about like 100 ounces a day. And that like cleared up my skin and gave me more energy. And
really,
yes, I think better. I think I'm handling these like not so nice notes better. The intense schedule of all the self tapes in class and just the COVID life. COVID life has been a little stressful because I spent that time studying. I spent my unemployment money on classes basically, because I wanted to get better at acting. But that keeps you behind the screen a lot, which is kind of annoying, but not bad, but anyways, yeah. So just, if I were to, for me, that was very important. It was losing the excess weight because it was just weighing me down, and also eating healthy and clean. I don't eat really processed foods anymore. And just, yeah, that really, that was a game changer for me, was getting into that program and learning how to eat right and exercising 6 times a day for only a half an hour a day, Yeah,
that's very manageable.
Yeah. I feel like that, I don't know, you don't need to be, and you could go on YouTube and just look up like a dance workout or whatever workout you like for 30 minutes and just do that 6 times a week and you will lose weight. Well, like lose weight or feel better. For me, that was like this whole thing of the water and not drinking and blah, blah, blah. It really helped me to feel a lot better and get a clearer mind on like how to navigate through really difficult things, Yeah,
like our industry and our world.
Oh my God. Yeah. Big time. I feel like you kind of, you don't need to. Different people are better or worse, You and I think are very, you definitely, Jamie, are go-getter. I think maybe because of where we come from, our backgrounds, it's how we've started. Like we've had to work harder. And that actually comes in handy because I have some friends that are actors that are like, that were related to people, or they started at a much younger age and have had better credits. They're so lazy. And I'm like, how are you this lazy? Like all you do is drink and smoke weed and like, oh, I just got a spot. I just got a guest star handed to me on Chicago PD. And I'm going to go to Chicago to film that. And it's like, oh my God, first of all, fuck you. And second of all, like, you're so like all he does is like lay around. I was like, you're so freaking lazy. I can't. Anyways, but I think that's a positive to us. Even though we've had to work harder for things, we're not lazy. We're like motivated. You know what I mean? We got to go after it.
It's our passion. It's going to keep us working till the day we die.
Exactly.
Thanks for listening to the Hollywood Actor Podcast. If you like this content, don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and share.